536 on TSN 690. It is Game Points. I am your host, Matthew Ross. We're here until 7 p.m. this evening. Mo Khan in studio. Sean Coleman as well. Stefano Micella helping us out. We'll talk some NFL draft a little later on. Some NHL news and notes as well. But right now, we're talking some baseball. Our next guest is the VP of Marketing for Baseball Quebec. He is one of the people responsible for bringing professional baseball back to Montreal for the second consecutive year, as the Can-Am League will play a game next weekend at Gary Carter Stadium in Hunsik. You can follow him on twitter.com/MaxMLB. It's Max Lamarche. How are you, sir?
Matthew, good talking to you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Now, last year, you had 1,000 people watching the Capitale against the Aigle, and it was an exhibition game. This time around, you guys are doing it again. Why?
Well, incredible I could be. You know, professional baseball right now cannot be playing in Montreal. If we're talking about big leagues at the Olympic Stadium, yes, we can do it. But when I worked with the Capitale, we were dreaming about bringing a team in Montreal. Having that rivalry between Quebec and Montreal, and it was impossible. So being in Montreal from now on, for me, the objective was, to bring at least a game or two, at least to show to the people from Montreal what is the Baseball League Can-Am. We're not allowed to do it during the season because we're not having any baseball field in the region big enough with all the regulation that the Major League Baseball park needs. So that's why we're doing the exhibition game. And last year was just a great moment. Last year, that game helped us to get some more publicity about baseball, because the main point is to get, to get people to talk about baseball all the time. And at that time of the year, having the Quebec Les Capitales and Les Aigles in Montreal is a good thing for us.
Now, obviously, there's more to it this year, isn't there? That you have a couple of sponsors on board. You have some activities for kids as well.
Yeah, we started it last year really small. People wanted to see before putting some money into it. So this year we're having Toyota as a sponsor. So we're going to have a zone for the kids, which is really cool. We're going to have inflatable games. We're going to have a photo booth there. We're going to have batting cages, radar guns for the kids, just to have fun and enjoy the game. Because, the main point of having a baseball team, about Can-Am League, minor league baseball, is all about fun and family. So that's what we're going to try to create next Saturday.
BaseballQuebec.com if people want to get tickets for the game, as they are obviously very reasonable, and that's one of the great things about minor baseball or independent league baseball is the affordability for families and kids to come. But tell us about the quality of the baseball, Max. Tell us about maybe some interesting players or things to watch out for or reasons to come watch the game itself next weekend.
Well, for me, it's a good fit. It's a good fit in Montreal to have a caliber like that. And sometimes we don't know about the caliber because here we used to have the Montreal Expos. So what we saw was the big leagues. But minor league baseball is really good. If you're looking in the last 5 years, you have some guys playing in the Can-Am League that are playing in the big leagues right now. Just look at the first base with the Twins. Chris Colabello played 5 year in the Can-Am League before he got signed by the Twins. A Canadian like Andrew Albers signed also with the Twins a couple years ago, played in the big leagues last year. So the caliber is really good. It's not going to be the big league. That's not what we're targeting, but at least you're going to see some players that played in minor league. They were big prospect in their organization. You're going to see also some kids that played college, that played university, Division 1 and 2, and are trying, to make it to the big league their way. So it's a great caliber. We know it's during the spring training, so it's not like if we're talking of a game in August, but still it's going to be the best caliber that we can see in the province in a year.
Chatting with Max Lamarche from Baseball Quebec, talking about the Can-Am game coming to Montreal next weekend. It'll be at the same place it was last year, which is now called Gary Carter Stadium in Hunsik. Pretty good venue, lots of ability for expanded bleachers, stands, all that kind of stuff, because it's a big territory, isn't it?
It is actually. It's for us right now with that project of having a little stadium of 2,500, 3,000 seats. The Parc Hunsik is for us it's the good place. We have enough place to build it, so that's why we're meeting there. We want to show everyone that in Montreal we love baseball. We just don't love Major League Baseball. We also love the purity of baseball. So we're gonna try to get that 1,500 person in a park. It's not a stadium. We're calling the Gary Carter Stadium, but it's not a stadium. It's just a park with stands. But we're going to try to fit it up.
All right. And for you personally, just for the listeners, you mentioned you used to work for the Quebec Capitale. Are you from Montreal? Have you always loved baseball?
Yeah, actually, I'm a baseball guy. I'm from Montreal, and I played baseball all my life, and I went to two junior college in the United States, and when I was like 22, I went to Quebec with the dream of playing professional baseball. So I played 1 year with Quebec Les Capitales. To realize, that I was an okay player. I was a good catcher, but I couldn't hit maybe enough to play every day. So after that, I just started to work at the front office with Quebec Les Capitales. So great opportunity that brings me back to Baseball Quebec. So all my life I've been in baseball.
Max, we wish you best of luck. I'm going to bring my daughter to the game next week. Again, if people want to get tickets for the game, they can go to baseballquebec.com, and there's a big banner there, BA, and you can buy tickets at $10 for adults, $8 for kids. Very reasonable. There'll be a lot of fun stuff to do. What time does the game start next Saturday?
We're starting the game at 1 o'clock, so it's going to be in the afternoon. So it's the perfect time to get a hot dog and a lemonade for the kids, and maybe 1 or 2 beers for a cheap price.
All right, sold. Thank you so much for the time.
Hey, no problem. Thank you, Matthew.
All right, there you go. That's Max Lamarche from Baseball Quebec. You can go to baseballquebec.com or .com, as I say, and check out the tickets for the game. And it's reasonable. It's another sporting event. Montreal loves their events. I covered it last year for the Gazette. It was over 1,000 people. It was crammed into the to the stadium there, and obviously Can-Am League is not AA or AAA or MLB, but at the same time, it's an opportunity to see some pretty good caliber baseball and support the idea that you want something more here in the province. Now, I'm of the mind that, obviously, as the founder of Expo Nation, that you want something more professional or higher caliber. And Max and I have had some heated debates off air about that. I've suggested that I would love to see a team in Can-Am, but have it in Laval or have it in the South Shore, something to that effect. And Max, as you mentioned, very passionate about having it in Montreal. So it's up to, it's open for interpretation, but at the same time, don't knock it unless you see it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but go out and see it first. So check out baseballquebec.com for tickets to the game.